at the bottom. People call you the underdog. They think you're the underdog, but you're at the bottom. But we going straight to the top.
Straight to the top.
Today, we kings.
I'm a king, sometimes I feel like I'm petty. In the pitch, living my dream. I don't think that they ready. Yeah. Area 51 podcast right here. You already know what we do. We're going to talk about a little bit of racing, and we're going to talk about pacing back and forth. We're trying to figure out who gonna win and who going to come at the bottom. Let's go. This is Cap Houston right here. Bobby, what you got for me?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, Bobby. We got Rob. How you doing, Rob?
Doing good, Bobby. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good, man.
That's great.
So we are on episode 20.
19 or 20. I can't remember.
I don't know.
That's a good thing that I can't remember. That means
Right.
we've been doing good.
Yeah, I believe we're on 20, if I'm not mistaken. I get on Podbean real quick and look.
Yeah, that's what I was just gonna do too.
So tonight's episode is sort of a recap of the
It's 19.
yeah, it's 19. Tonight is going to be just a recap of Dover, talk about Rob, myself. Everybody wants to know about Rob and I. Dave couldn't make it tonight. He's not feeling well. Hope he gets better soon. And then you got Rob and I tonight just doing our thing. I want to give a shout out to Elite Towing. I was in Florida when this thing came. And I'll tell you what, this thing is very, very cool. The chrome numbers, everything pops. If you guys want one of these, go reach out to Jamie from Elite Towing. You won't be disappointed. These die-casts are awesome. Scotty Banks did a really good job on them. Rob,
They have them available in 124 and 164.
Yeah, 164 also, yeah.
Yep.
And then I'll let you go ahead and talk real quick, and I'll be right back.
All right. You want me to do the race recap or just talk about myself?
Talk about yourself. I'll be right back with you.
All right. I'm Robert Sharp. I am one of the co-hosts of this podcast with Bobby and Dave. Huge race fan. I know we talked about it before on the podcast I think episode 1, but Bobby and I became friends through Jeremy Clements' social media, much like a lot of the people I became friends with that are Jeremy Clements fans that follow this podcast, along with Jessica Hunsaker and her son Lee, who are going to be on the podcast tonight. We've been blessed, both Bobby and I, to be able to do this it was basically a pipe dream, and it's came full circle to something that is actually growing and being successful. So, we got a lot of exciting things in the works that hopefully they pan out. That will be really fun and good interviews. NASCAR legend, current NASCAR driver, a lot of good things on the horizon for Area 51 Racing Podcast. A lot of hard work done by Bobby, and a lot of support from not only our viewers but also our partners, and we really appreciate it. So,
yeah, and I want to give a shout out to Action RV. I want to give a shout out to Alliance Driveway Solutions. Can't thank these guys enough. When I was in Florida, we were representing down there. I had numerous people at the airport when we got down there go, "Man, Jeremy Clements, that's awesome." So it was really neat walking around. Everybody was saying how cool our backpacks were. So I got to give a shout out to Matt from Beach Ridge. I want to share this with you guys real quick. I got mine yesterday. So this right here is the new drop. Jug butter is live, and I gotta say it, golly,
make them say it.
It is amazing, guys. I absolutely love it. By far the best product besides for the beard oil. I use that beard butter every day so far. I mean, I just got it yesterday, and I think I've used it about 6 times. I really enjoy it. Like when you shave, you rub it right around your right after you shave, like an aftershave. So
And if you want to see Bobby's promo video,
yeah, I'm trying to find that.
check
I can't.
check out the Area 51 Racing Podcast. I think it's the Instagram page, if I remember
It
correctly.
is the Instagram page. That's what I was trying to find. I was gonna walk in and grab the. Actually, I can pull it up.
I asked Bobby yesterday when I should say, I can't remember what day it was. Whatever day you did it, you told me about it, and I watched it. And then I asked him. I said, "How many outtakes did it take for you to do that?"
Enough.
Enough. And so I told him.
Enough.
He said, "You should play the outtakes."
Let's just put it this way. I had the regular can, and when I went like this to throw it, it hit the edge of the bed and came back and hit me. And I said, "What the F?" So I was like, "Yeah, I can't be posting that." But here's the video. Nope.
Using beard balm like this.
All right, hold on.
Don't be an average Joe using beard balm like this. Use Jeremy Clements beard butter. Make them say it. Golly.
So yeah, we were having a little bit of fun. That's the Area 51 outtake.
Outtake and promo humor, or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. Yeah, might as well have a little bit of fun with it. But yeah, got to give a shout out to Matt from Beatrice Barbershop and Gale and Jeremy Clemens for that. That's awesome. Absolutely awesome. So we have a special guest today because we were talking about doing a fan zone at Pocono, which I still think we are. We're gonna get everybody together probably in the infield, kind of get everybody in there if they're there. That watched the podcast. And
Sort of like what Bob Podcast does with his tweet up in the morning.
Yeah.
Something like that.
So our special guest tonight is Jessica, and she was at Dover last week. So we're gonna bring her in, and she's gonna talk about Dover. We're gonna share some pictures, and then Rob and I will kind of talk a little bit about our cups, our rear bumper we're down to the last 10 of them. So once we fill those last 10 spots, we're drawing. So for $30, guys, or 55 for 2 entries, you get a chance at winning a $450 bumper. It's a great deal. So we'll get Jessica in here and go from there.
Hopefully the
know-
magic works. There we go.
Well, I know that that Rob was kind of telling a little bit about himself, and I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys a little bit about myself. I'm Bobby from Ohio. Like Rob was saying, we kind of just sprung on this Area 51 racing podcast. It turned in from just a thought and an imagination to a dream. And we gained a bunch of friends, and it's been really neat to be able to see everybody or talk to everybody, even Jessica. And she can vouch for this, when we do our lives, she's always chiming in saying, "Hey, great job," or Matt or Joseph Anselitz, and while I'm bringing him up, thoughts and prayers go out to him. He's not doing too hot right now, so thoughts and prayers to him, and hopefully he gets better soon.
Yeah, get well, buddy. We're all thinking about you, and hope you feel better soon.
And the podcast is going to start, which we've actually talked about this. We're going to start getting the fans involved a little bit more every episode. So Joseph Anselitz, we're gonna bring him in, and we're gonna do Burger of the Month. We're going to do Fan of the Week. We're gonna do more giveaways and stickers and cups and all sorts of stuff. There's gonna be prize packs that we're gonna start getting together, and once season 2 gets here, we're gonna definitely go crazy. I know that I'm gonna get a couple, not these ones, but I'm gonna get a couple Area 51 racing ones made up, and we're gonna make a big giveaway at the end of the season for one of those, I believe, along with a couple die cast, and yeah, there's a bunch of stuff coming. So stay tuned. And all right, that's enough about me. I just kind of wanted to say thank you to everybody. And Jessica, you're live.
Hello, I'm here.
Welcome to the show, Jessica.
It's great to be here. I'm very happy and proud to be a fan of Jugs.
We're happy as well, and we thank you and your son Lee for all the support of our podcast and everything.
I've said it before to others at the racetrack, and I will say it again. Jeremy is one of only a few that I've spoken to that actually takes the time to stand and talk to you and be presentable and interact and just be in the moment. There's like, I think one other one in the Xfinity Garage that did that on Saturday and Friday, and that was pretty much it. And that was Justin Allgaier, because we know him.
Yeah, and he's a stand-up guy too.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't like per se met him or talked to him, but from afar, watching him from afar, you can just tell that he is just a down-to-earth, good human being that likes his fans and likes to interact with them.
Absolutely. I work for someone else, and I've been doing some marketing and some PR for an ARCA driver who used to drive you, Bobby Gearhart.
Okay.
Out of Lebanon. My dad used to do it, and a few years ago my dad said, I can't handle this anymore, you need to take the reins. So as of recently, I had taken the reins up until Bobby had a heart attack 3 years ago. And then they said he can no longer race due to liability issues with NASCAR.
Right.
Once NASCAR bought out ARCA, and they technically own ARCA now. So I have a little bit of background. I am trying to find whatever leads I find. I hand them right over to Steve Carnes and say, hey, contact this one, contact that one. Anything to help out Jeremy so that he gets a few more dollars in his pocket. Anything I'm willing to do, anything I can possibly do to help that team out. They've done so much for me, and they are a terrific mentor for my son. To aim for the sky, your dreams can come true despite what learning disability you have or what you have to overcome. You can do it. You can make it in life. Look at what Jeremy's overcome with his hand, and he overcame and still can drive. And I'm trying to divert that to my son, that you need to keep pushing forward. Jeremy made his dreams come true. You can make yours come true.
Yeah, I mean, like after Jeremy's incident, he almost lost his hand, and he told the doctor, just reattach it. All I need to do is be able to grab a steering wheel.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, that's the no quit mentality. Not only that he has, but it's, you know, his whole team.
Yes.
I mean, it's been seen week after week. Unfortunately, fortunately this week, it wasn't, he didn't get involved in somebody else's mess, but the weeks prior, I mean, was it Richmond, or I can't, where the whole front of the car was tore off, or was that Martinsville? I can't remember what. Yeah, and they stayed on the lead lap, and they finished the race, and you know they were passing cars that had full bodies on them. It's that no quit mentality.
That was just like on Sunday. They were super tight in qualifying. They were super tight in practice. They wouldn't let us change tires from practice to qualifying. Jeremy got out of the car. He said it was super tight. He said, but we're going to try to overcome that and see what we can do in qualifying. And we're just going to try and do the best we can do on Saturday. And they went out there and they had a speeding penalty within the last few pit stops. We went a lap down, we got all of that back, and we still managed to finish 14th.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's the thing too. With on was it Friday with the qualifying? It was overcast and cold, like in the 50s, if I remember. So the track was not laying down rubber. It was totally different from race day where it was. I think it was sunny, partly sunny, but it was warmer than it was the day before. So
No,
then the track was.
Friday it was warmer than Saturday. Friday it
Oh,
was
okay.
so nice out. And then
Okay, so I had
Saturday
it
you
the other
froze
way
to
around
death.
then. So I
Yeah,
switched it around.
Saturday.
Yeah, it was. There are it was 2 different days. So the conditions. So that makes a huge difference in when you're practicing in the warmer conditions. You set up your car for that situation, and then it's just the opposite. So that's why it was tight, because the track
Correct.
was cool and stuff. So
We did
And
notice they did make some adjustments during a different few pit stops, like putting a little bit of wedge in, taking a little
Mhm.
bit of wedge out, putting a rubber in, different things with the tires. We noticed some issue with the one tire, the one right front tire.
so
We did
just
notice that the Goodyear guys were like monitoring the tires at every pit stall that they could.
just a stat correction, Rob.
Yeah.
It is Jeremy's shifting hand.
Oh, it's a shifting hand. Because I know there was an interview.
Joseph Anselis wrote in there and said it's a shifting hand.
Oh, okay. I just know that there was an interview where Jeremy had said that just put my hand back on so I can just grab a steering wheel. So, but I didn't realize it was a shifting hand, but it makes sense now because I do remember now when I shook his hand, it was his right hand. So,
Yeah.
so another thing I want to bring up is at Dover, your son Lee got a special surprise present.
Yes, that was for his 16th birthday. That was his present for his birthday. He's been, despite having COVID 3 times, twice last year and once this year, and with all his absences and all his stuff he's been going through, he still has managed to keep everything, all his grades above a C.
Good. That's awesome. And then he got also got surprised with something from Bobby and Matt from Beech Ridge too, right?
Yes.
What-
He
what-
got he got a book bag from you guys, and he did get some hats. And what was in the book bag?
A binder full of cards from Matt, and then the hats. That was
The
it.
hats.
Does Lee have the backpack there so he can
Where's
show
your
it?
Get your backpack. Sure. Let's show everybody on live your backpack.
That is awesome. So it's got our Area 51 Racing Podcast logo, and then Beech Ridge Barbershop, which is
I was gonna
Matt's.
say let
barbershop.
Jessica talk. Let Jessica talk so it shows the video.
There's the hat, and then the book bag is there. That was a special gift from them. We also got I guess Matt gave him a white hat as well because there was a new logo on that. The logo is different compared to the old numbers. The numbers are like regular numbers. This time they're outlined with a special outline on the outside of them. Here we go. So this is the new style, the new hat.
Nice. That looks sharp. Nice.
Snapback.
Sweet.
Not a snapback, it's a Velcro back. The other ones had a snapback.
Yeah. Nice looking hat. It's sharp.
And then this one is kind of like a mesh on the back, the black
Oh,
one.
Okay.
And that one's a snapback. That one's easier for like the head to breathe, especially in the heat and stuff like that.
Yeah. That's a nice sharp looking hat too.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep up the good work, Lee. That backpack was definitely a surprise because I had it sent over to Matt, and Matt opened it up and he's like, "Oh, this is nice."
Yeah, he was surprised. And he's just noticing like it's got a lot of crevices and zippers and
Yep.
different pockets all over that he can stick different things in. And now we came home and he said, "Oh, take everything out of my book bag. I'm using this as my book bag for school from now on." And I'm like, I have to take everything out and put everything in a new backpack now. So I was
There you
like,
go.
"Ugh."
He's
But
representing.
yeah, he wants to show
Representing,
it
yep.
off. And he every Friday is like dress down day at his school. So he wears either a crew shirt or his Action RV shirt or his Jeremy Clemens shirt to school just to represent some kind of sports team. And Friday is career day at his school. It's like a future look at yourself day on Friday. So Lee's going to wear his crew shirt and his hat and everything again and his book bag to show that he wants to be in the NASCAR industry in the
Yeah.
future.
Awesome.
I don't know if you guys got the Area 51 t-shirt yet.
Yes, we already have that. We took that
Okay.
with us as well.
We are also making more of these Area 51 polos, and we will be sending one to Lee.
Oh, they're gonna send you
Thank
one
you,
of
I
these
appreciate it.
polos.
You're welcome, Lee. Just keep up the good work, buddy.
I will.
He's really doing really well in school. Like he's the only kid that has 100% in 90% of his classes. And we left Thursday for Dover, and Lee was already ahead into Tuesday's work to
Oh,
make
that's
sure that he
awesome.
could take the extra days off to be in Dover to spend with Jeremy.
That's awesome. So the hotel that you stayed at, I saw some of your pictures. That's the hotel that's right like outside the track, literally.
Yes.
That was really cool.
Yes.
So I've obviously never been to Dover. It's an awesome track. I'd love to go there. It looks so much fun. I love short tracks. It's a cement track. I know one of my favorite drivers, Matt Kenseth, I'm from Wisconsin. He's from Wisconsin, not too far away from here, where he grew up. He was pretty successful there as well at that track. And I've always liked, Miles the Monster. That statue is so cool, and the trophy and everything. So, but how like logistically, how far is that hotel from the track? Is it literally on the property, or is
It's literally in the front of the racetrack.
Behind the
it?
backpack.
So it is
It's right off the
close.
back stretch. Like if
Yeah.
you looked on the TV, there was like a blue building. Those are all indoor seats, and it's directly next to there.
Oh wow. Yeah, because it's kind of hard to judge. I mean, obviously you can tell it's close, but it's hard to judge how close it is. So,
Oh,
but
it's
that
within
was
walking
cool.
distance.
Yeah, the view from your hotel room, I was just like, this is just awesome.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, you could have literally sat in your room, put the TV on and listen to the audio and watch the race through the window.
We did that on Sunday.
That is just
Stuff so you can show 'em.
We did that on Sunday. We did that for the cup race. Really quick, you just mentioned Matt Kenseth.
yeah.
So Saturday night, we're sitting in the lobby and somebody's sitting there and they said, "Oh, Matt Kenseth and Kevin Harvick and Kyle Larson and Clint Boyer are in Fire and Ice." And I was like, no way. So I knew Lee couldn't go in there. So I walked my butt down through the casino all the way to the Fire and Ice, which is in the center of the casino behind all the craps tables. Sure enough, sitting at a table is Matt Kenseth, Kevin Harvick, Clint Boyer, Matt Kenseth, Jamie Little, Phil Parsons.
And they're playing blackjack.
No, they're all in the bar drinking.
Oh, bar drinking. Okay.
And then
Yeah, that's right. Because Kenseth is with Legacy Motor Club. I forgot about that.
And then out came Kevin Harvick and Clint Boyer. And Lee had all of his cars that he got there. I spent $400 on race cars, diecast for Lee.
Holy cow.
He had 5 Kevin Harvick cars. He says, "Mr. Harvick, will you sign them?" He says, "Yeah." He says, "I'll sign them. I'll just give them to me." Gave them all to him and signed every single last one.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've always heard that Kevin Harvick is a good dude as well. Yeah. And speaking of him, a cool thing that they announced at the race is that he's going to be filling in for Kyle Larson at North Wilkesboro for the All-Star race for practice.
That's what I think was going on at that meeting.
Oh, okay. That very well could have been. Now, yeah, that very well could have been. I thought that was cool. I was like,
Yeah.
that was awesome. So
Yeah.
now he could say, his wife Delana was saying on social media, now you can say you been able to drive a Hendrix Motorsports race car. So
Yeah.
So I thought that was pretty cool.
I had said to you mentioned about coming to Dover. When I come to Dover, come join us in the room. We have plenty of room. We put an air mattress out. Come join us. You want to stay with us? Come stay with us. You're more than welcome to. We have the room already booked for next year. We're going again next year.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate the offer. Yeah, it depends on schedule and what's going on around here, and
I do have to say the best view from Dover is when you're sitting on top of the pit box,
okay.
watching a pit stop and watching all the action unfold right in front of your face. Seeing Jeremy do all the pit stops and doing everything he does and all the concentration he takes to do all that. I'm amazed at how he can do that. And I wasn't sure as to, like, okay, how was all this going to happen? Because last year we were only on the pit box briefly. This time, Lee sat up top of that pit box for 2 stages out of 3 stages, videoing and like taking pictures and just talking. And he got to Mark Setzer let him work the software a little bit, showed him how things were done, and giving him high fives and everything.
Oh,
So
that's awesome.
that was really cool to see. And Mark took the time out to hang out with us and said, "Hey, this is what's going on with the car. We don't know what's going to happen from here. It's really tight. We're trying to figure out what we can do to help him." Jeremy just said I won't say the word, it's flippin' super stupid tight.
Yep, I have that quote written down here for my race recap. I was listening to I listen to the scanner every race, and yeah, we're gonna go over that in the race recap. That yeah, he was pretty frustrated, and I know Mark was too. But
Yeah. I think they're finally getting that monkey off of their back, though. I think it's finally they're starting to come full circle into the moment where it's finally all going to start clicking.
yeah, I hope so.
We're gonna share some pictures, Jess.
Okay.
Sorry about that, guys. I had to take a drink. So here's the picture of Jeremy's car from Dover. Really sharp looking car. If you take a look right there, Beach Ridge Barbershop. I know Matt's watching right now, so there's the Beach Ridge Barbershop logo.
Yep.
There's Matt, Lee, and Jeremy with the Beach Ridge logo again. We'll go to this one. Sorry about that.
So that was a video that you just showed of an actual live pit stop from the pit box.
Yeah. There's Lee on the top of the pit box. So we're going to be
That's
giving
Dave's butt right there bending over, by the way.
I was
we're
just
be
gonna say
giving
that.
away a piece of a side skirt off Jeremy's car that's autographed. Can anybody that I know they don't I know it's not Jeremy Clements related, but who's the car right here? Nobody say anything.
That is
Don't
Sam Mayer.
Don't say. All right, never mind. I didn't want you to answer that. That was for a giveaway. So never mind. We'll change it up. The next one we see, we'll say something, but I don't say anything, Jess, because I don't want I want the first person to put it in the chat. It'll be the first person to get it. So here's Matt. This is
Mike Matthew and his grandson.
Is it his grandson?
Yeah, I
Yes.
believe it's his grandson. Yep.
Okay.
Braden, I think his name
Yeah.
is. Yeah.
Everybody looks like they're having a blast. Now this
So-
is Nick, right?
Yes, that's Nick.
That's the hauler driver. We're trying to get him on the show next week.
That's the toter driver, and him and his wife are the ones who drive them.
All right. Well, that is that. All right. So. All right. Just don't say anything. So, who is this car back here? Dude wipes number 5. First person to comment in the chat gets a signed piece of side skirt off Jeremy's car.
And as a matter of fact, that driver won the Dash for Cash $100,000 bonus that day. So really pumped for that young man, a small race team that he is a member of.
That's a good picture.
Yeah, it's a nice picture of you,
You
Jessica,
three.
and Lee, and with Jeremy by the car on the grid there.
Yeah. So if you go to the one picture of Lee and his dad with the crew shirt on, his dad actually is a racer himself.
Oh, really?
Oh, that was on the one before.
He
that.
raced it. He used to race slingshots.
Oh, Bobby.
Okay.
He used to race slingshots at like the local dirt tracks and stuff like that.
Oh, there's the
Okay.
backpack.
There's
Okay,
Lee
so-
with his backpack. Yep.
In case
Love the
anybody
smile.
missed it. And we want to give a shout out to Mark Setzer. Today's his birthday. Happy birthday, sir.
Happy birthday, Mark. Have a great day. You deserve it.
We actually gave him cupcakes with a gold 5 and a 1 in the cupcake.
Oh, sweet.
We got a winner. Winner, Joseph Anselitz.
Yep.
He said Anthony Alfredo fast pasta.
Fast pasta. $100,000 richer for our motorsports. Small team like Jeremy Clements Racing, and he is having one hell of a year this year. Not only in Xfinity, but with Beard Motorsports and the 62 Cup car. He has been taking advantage of the opportunities he's been given and been doing really well. So he's another really good dude. I've met him a couple times at the track, and he is a good guy. He's authentic, and it was funny when we met him at Road America last year. It was like 90 out, super hot and sweaty. Some of the drivers left the autograph session because it was so hot after like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And he was there, and he signed my thing, and he goes, "I'm going to need a couple of dude wipes after this." I was like, oh boy. But he's a good guy. He's fun to follow on social media.
Yeah, we didn't get to really meet him or anything. We had a couple of drivers, like as we were going out on the pit road, they walked past us, some of the cup drivers. Corey LaJoy from Stacking Pennies. We know the guy who co-hosts that with him, Ryan Flores. We gave him a huge stack of pennies like this tall. And he just laughed and he's like, yeah, he's like, now I'm really stacking pennies. I was like, yeah. So we saw him Sunday, because he goes to the indoor races with my son. He competes like at PP&L Center and Atlantic City and Trenton, New Jersey, things like that. We saw him. We saw Joey Logano, Chris Buescher, Kyle Larson. Daniel Suarez was not a happy camper. There was
Wow.
another. Huh?
That surprises me. Usually he's pretty cheery, but maybe
Ricky
it's,
Stenhouse was not in a good mood. Daniel Suarez was studying. Like, we didn't see him the whole time
yep,
until Saturday. We got off. We were getting on the elevator Saturday to come down to go out to the racetrack. And
yeah.
as we were getting on the elevator, he was getting off the elevator on our floor. And we were like, holy crap, he's on our floor. We're like, we couldn't
Yeah.
believe it.
Yeah.
Wrapped around.
He had a toilet seat wrapped around his neck.
Oh, jeez.
He'd been studying all weekend because he was supposed to be he had a U.S. citizens exam on Monday.
Yep. Which I saw he posted he passed. So he's going to be a dual citizen of the United States and Mexico, probably within a month or so, he said. So that's cool. Congratulations to him.
Yeah, but Sunday was like really, it was hot as heck Sunday. Like I was like, I could only drink. I couldn't really eat Sunday because it was like really hot. Saturday we froze our butts off. Like it was freezing. I had like 4 layers on and I was still cold. And I think that and the wind kind of affected Jeremy's car going into the corners and stuff, because if you saw all the flags flying, they were like, it was breezy.
Yeah.
And he could pass cars, but then he would drift back, and then he would go back up, and then he would drift back again. It was like and then he came on and said it's stupid tight. Like he said it just won't turn.
Yeah. He said he
So
couldn't roll the center, and it was super tight off that when he came down the hill, he just wouldn't turn the wheel. So he couldn't give it gas.
So we did make some adjustments. He said, hey, I want some adjustments, and they did do that. And then it seemed to get much better after the second stage. I think we got a stage point for the first time all year, I believe, this race.
No, I don't think so.
I think we did. I think we did.
Oh, well, I can
I
also
think
look
I
quick.
saw that on the Jeremy Clements racing page that they got stage points this past race. I could be wrong though.
Yeah, I can look quick. I've got the NASCAR app
But
here. I'll
really,
go back
really
to
quick, this morning, bright and early this morning, Jeremy was on 93.3 from Spartan. He was on with the Rise guys. I don't know if any of you guys got the chance to listen. But
No, I had doctor's appointments today, so I didn't get a chance to tune in. I was bummed.
What a hoot Jeremy is with those guys. Trying to
Yes.
do the Ring of Fire is the funniest thing you will ever hear.
Jeez, not this.
You have to like say a name, and then the next person has to say the name of like the next one, and you have to keep going until whoever, if you're out, then you're out. Whoever wins the end wins. But it was just funny because Jug was like, like he couldn't figure out, and he's like, it's a lot harder to do it in person than it is to do it in your living room.
Right.
They had like the one name was something Green, and I was going Chelsea Green, because she's a wrestler, and I was like, think of that, and I like texted him and said Chelsea Green, and he didn't answer, and he's like, I don't know. He's like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Those guys are funny. Mattman and Paige, and I can't think of the other 2 guys' names.
Fat guy,
Yeah. Something like that.
and Paige, yeah.
And yeah. But they are hilarious.
Oh my gosh, it was so funny.
Tell them I was in school listening to it. Laugh.
And Lee was funny because I sent him the link, and I'm like, you have to listen to this in your AirPods while he was in school. And I'm like, Jug. And he was listening to it in school, and his teacher's like, what are you laughing at? And he's like, I'm listening to Jug in my ear.
Yeah.
And then I played it for him, and they're like,
And he played it
"Oh
for his
my
one
God."
teacher, and it was one teacher was laughing so hard at it. And it was just really, really funny to hear. Like he was like, you could see at times that Jeremy was talking about Kennedy, and like when he talks about her, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I noticed it when we were in person. When he talks about her, his tone goes from here to like down here. Like he gets like down into the soft dad tone, kind of thing.
Yep.
And he's really just like, he's embraced the dad in him.
That's a good thing. Just the brief amount of time that I've met him and talked with him, just how nice of a guy he is and down to earth he is. and what I've seen of Courtney on social media, her stuff, they both seem like they're
Hmm.
great parents.
Yeah, I
And
asked him, I said, does that make you like want to change how you drive and, things like that? And he's like, no, it just pushes me harder. So that's a good thing.
yeah, that is a good thing.
That's a good thing. Yeah.
So,
So we wanted to, I want to thank you, Jessica, Lee, for you guys coming on tonight. We are going to do a fan segment at Pocono, whether it's at the VRBO, which we haven't decided, or if it's going to be at the track.
Are
More than
you
like,
having a cookout at your VRBO, like you said?
I think it's just going to be just a couple people.
Okay.
And I think it's like, I think we're going to do it on Saturday night, if I'm
Okay.
not mistaken, right, Rob?
yeah, I thought that's what I thought we were gonna do. So,
Yeah, because I know Friday night, I'm not sure what we're doing for sure. But Saturday we'll do a cookout, and then after the race, and then we have to be out of there for early Sunday morning. So, but I think we're gonna get everybody together in the infield on Saturday. Get with Jeremy, get a group picture if we can, and then be able to post it. If my flag's done, the one that says Area 51 with all of our sponsors, we'll make sure we bring that so we can help hold it up. And if I can get everything set up and all that, then we'll have Jeremy autograph it.
That's great. Just hit me up. Let me know. I'll be up there.
Absolutely.
Not a problem. Anything I can do ever to help you guys, please don't hesitate. Appreciate the opportunity to come on here, talk about Jeremy, and talk to you guys. I really appreciate the opportunity.
Hey, no problem. I
thanks,
appreciate you
Jessica.
being on.
Thanks for everything you guys do, and Lee, keep up the good work.
Yeah, keep up the good work, buddy.
Here's my dad's race car real quick. Can you see that?
Oh, very
yeah.
nice.
Nice.
Well, like I said, thank you for all you do for me and Lee and for what you guys do for Jeremy. It's greatly appreciated. He's a heck of a guy. So thank you guys.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Yep, you're welcome. Take care. Have a good evening.
Have a good night. Bye, guys. Thanks,
Bye.
Bobby.
No problem. So we are going to go into our next segment, which is race recap brought to you by Action RV. Rob, I'm gonna let you go ahead and talk about your thoughts on how the race went, because I know you took some notes. I was able to catch bits and pieces of the race. I seen him go a lap down. I seen him wheel and deal back and finish P14, but I missed the first, I want to say, 14 and 15 laps.
Yeah, so basically, like I was talking with Jessica earlier, I got the weather days mixed up. So practice day for them, it was warm out, so the track was eating, tires were wearing. So the car, and his car was tight in practice, so his practice time, it was in P24. And then when he qualified, he was qualified P25. So Brandon Jones, the number 9 car, started on the pole. So I was like, okay, thank God for that. He's going to be nowhere near Jeremy this week, even though obviously last week it wasn't Brandon's fault with the wreck, but 3 weeks in a row, he was involved in an incident on track that basically damaged Jeremy's car. So, but 6 cars ended up having to go to the rear. 2 of those cars were in front of Jeremy, so he actually started the race P23. Right away at the beginning on lap 5 of the race, that was the first caution because JJ Yeley and Haley Deegan got in a wreck together. At that time, Jeremy said he was a number 3 tight, and while they were under the caution laps, he said it was raining and to tell NASCAR, but they decided to go ahead and restart the race. You could actually see raindrops on the TV camera. It was crazy. His spotter at first said, "Oh no, there's nothing going on up here," and then all of a sudden, "Oh yeah, now we're getting the rain here." And so that he restarted P21 on lap 14, and then the second caution was on lap 26, and it was Ryan Sieg's car. It caught on fire, and I don't know if you saw that, Bobby, or not, but that was a pretty scary,
Yeah, that was.
pretty scary deal. I don't know if it was an oil line or fuel line or whatever it was, but when he went into, I think it was turn 1. He went into turn 1. There was flames already shooting out the back underneath the car, and by the time he got it up against the inside wall in turn 2 and came to a stop, it was fully engulfed, and he bailed, and thank God. But when he got out of the car, you could tell he was gasping for air and stuff because he had inhaled some of the fumes and stuff. But from what I understand, he went to the infield care center, obviously, and was released, and he was okay. So that was good, thank God. Jeremy at that caution, I can't repeat what he said on the radio, but let's just say during the whole race, his car was extremely tight, and he was pretty upset with the car being as tight as it was. The adjustments that they were doing just weren't making the car happy and getting the balance right for the car. As a matter of fact, that video of that pit stop that they showed, I'm almost certain that it was the pit stop on this lap 26 for this lap 26 caution, because the guy, one of the pit crew members, goes underneath the right rear and removes the packer from the right rear, which is what they did on that pit stop. They gave him fuel and tires right before the end of stage 1 to make sure they didn't get lapped. They wanted to make sure they got everything done quickly, and the pit crew I guess they didn't take tires that time, I'm sorry, but gas and pulled the packer out, and the pit crew did their job, got it done quickly, removed, and got him back out on track right away. So he didn't go a lap down. Let's see. They restarted P34 as a result of the pit stop, because a lot of the cars stayed out because it was right before the end of the stage. And the spotter said that the car looked a little bit better, and he was running faster than guys with new tires, and he was able to pass them. However, the car looked free going into the corner in turn 4. Or I'm sorry, getting into 4, still a little bit, or was free, and then it was still a little bit tight in the center. And then at the end of stage 1, Jeremy was P26. He asked him what the balance was like, and he said it still feels tight, and it also feels like it's now on the splitter. So they redid some adjustments, gave him fuel, gas, and sent him back out. He restarted stage 2, P24. The adjustments were they went up once on the one turn on the track bar, and they went back out on the track. Car was still tight, lap 50. Another caution for another car that was on fire. This time it was Blaine Perkins' car. It was an electrical fire. And then they continued to battle the tight car. However, Jeremy was able to move up to the higher groove, and he found something there, and he was running 0.2 faster than the laps before and what the leaders were running. However, Mark came on the radio and told him the SMD data showed that Jeremy was going into the corners too hard, too fast, that he needed to back up the corner to carry the speed through the center more, which Jeremy did, and that helped him. some. Then they they had a pit stop. At the end of stage 2, they were P20. During that pit stop, they took a rubber out of the left rear, gave them 4 tires fuel, and said if they didn't get it out, just or weren't able to get the rubber out, just to go, because they didn't want to lose too much time. But the pit crew was on the ball. They got no issues. Had a fast stop. Mark came on the radio and told the pit crew, nice job, pit crew, even with that big change. At that time, when they went back out on the track, Mark came on the radio, said there's a big rain cell coming. It's been 15 to 20 minutes away. And they restarted the final stage P20. During that the third stage, or final stage, I should say, they found some more speed, and we're running top 10 lap times. But eventually, Jeremy came on the radio and said the front right was gone, rear wheel was wore out, and his car was still tight, and the center off. So he couldn't give it gas to get it going off the corner. He didn't have the bite to get it going. So Mark told Jeremy, we need to stay out, and because the rain will be here in about 20 laps or so, and do whatever you can. That point, Jeremy, under green flag, Jeremy went a lap down with 48 laps to go. With 43 laps to go, there was a caution because of rain. So everybody came down pit row. They parked them for a little bit. Jeremy again said his car was super tight. And he basically told Mark it was the same thing. And then they decided to go back to green. Jeremy said, why, when they went back, he said, why were all these other cars staying out? And Mark told him it's because the rain was coming. So they took a tear off fuel and tires, did adjustments, and they had to pit in the second group because they were a lap down. They restarted P23 1 lap down. Then they got a speeding penalty. They were 2 laps down. They got both of those laps back. They were still extremely tight. And with 28 to go, they restarted P23. And with 28 to go in the race, Brandon Jones ended up wrecking and did not shake out Jeremy this week. He just wrecked himself. So they stayed out, and we're racing 4 other cars for the Lucky Dog. They ultimately ended up getting all their laps back, like I said, and with 5 laps to go, Riley Herbst made contact with Justin Allgaier and Sammy Smith, and they caused a wreck. They ended up doing, Jeremy said it still tight, unfortunately. Mark said, buddy, way to hang in there and fight all day for us. And they ended up staying out. They restarted, and ultimately there is another caution as or I should say right before this caution, Carson Quapple was driving the 88 car, his second Xfinity start. He was running P3 behind the 21 car. I can't think of it. Austin Hill and I can't remember who the other one was. Let's see. Creed. And he did like a Superman send it into the corner, made it 3 wide, and he made the pass for the lead. And then shortly after that, Austin Hill took, spun out and as a result, on the restart, Quapple and Ryan Truex started on the front row, and ended up Ryan Truex got the lead and ended up ultimately winning the race. Jeremy fought back, ended up finishing the race in P14, I believe it was. One hell of a way to, keep fighting, coming back from 2 laps down, a really, really tight car. And never giving up, the team being on the pit crew and the team being on the ball, Mark making the right calls. So obviously we're going in the right direction, and hopefully this week they're off, and then next week, or the next race, I believe is Darlington, right? For them. I can't remember for sure, but I know they're off this weekend because Cup and Trucks are at Kansas. And I think the next race is Darlington, yeah. So, and then that will be the Robert Presley throwback car. So, but basically, yeah, that's the NASCAR Xfinity Dover race recap for Jeremy Clements Racing, brought to you by Action RV. Go see Mark Bodine and his team either in person at their location in New Mexico, or on their website to get your RV parts. And if you need RV service in that area, please look them up. And again, we said it before, but again, happy birthday, Mark Setzer, Jeremy's crew chief. We hope you're having a great day, and thank you for being a prior guest of ours, and also the support you have given us as well. So
I want to throw it out, if you haven't already, reach out to stickygears.com if you guys would like an Area 51 Racing t-shirt. Also Anna Mora on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for these sweet tumblers. Mine is autographed. But yeah, she made those. She made the one Rob's got right there. Rob, say something so they can see it.
So this is the Wawa 250 photo from Victory Lane when Jeremy won at Daytona. Bobby and I had these cups custom made by Anna, and they're awesome.
Absolutely. And also, like I was saying earlier, if you guys would like, it's $30 for 1 entry, $55 for 2 entries, for a shot to win a $450 bumper off the Racing Warehouse. All the proceeds go to Jeremy Clements Racing for Pocono. We are 10 to 15 spots away. I believe 10, but could be 15. But we are definitely close. And once those are filled, with hopefully filling them up within the next 2 weeks, we will do the drawing before the holiday. And I want to give a shout out to our sponsors: Beach Ridge Barbershop, Spartan Waste, Impel Union, Alliance Driveway Solutions, First Pacific Funding, Elite Towing and Recovery, Whitetail Smokeless, Fly Inform Concrete Structures, Runner's Roost, Matman Designs, Action RV, Booze Pops, Jeremy Clements, and Jeremy Clements Racing. Without those guys, none of this would be none of us would be here, to be honest. Jeremy and his team do a great job, and we appreciate everybody. I want to give a real quick shout out to Dave. Hope he gets better. Rob, thank you for everything that you do for the podcast and to help us out. Jessica, the fans, everybody, I appreciate it.
Well, I want to
before we-
thank you, Bobby, for what you do. I mean, you do a lot of work again behind the scenes, getting, guests lined up and running the Zoom meetings and everything else. And you have more of the computer knowledge than what I do, as far as the Zoom and screen sharing and all that. So, and the intro and outro music and that type of stuff. So I greatly appreciate that too. And Dave, I hope you're feeling better, buddy. Looking forward to seeing you back on the show soon.
And I also want to ask you one thing before we sign out. Did you, by chance, see the wreck that Amber Balkan had? That they thought she broke her foot.
I did not see it, but I saw her interview after the incident happened, and she had her foot wrapped up, and they were talking to her about it. So no, I did not see what happened. I missed that.
So there was a car coming out of the corner. He caught on fire or something happened. And I don't know if he just hit the wall or what, but she didn't see him and she swung it down low. And when she did, she ate the inside wall. I mean,
Oh, wow.
When you get a chance, type it in Google and look at it. It's rough. So we want to wish Amber Balkan, because I had an interview with her a while back. I want to wish her a speedy recovery. Hopefully she's back soon. And
Yeah, and same thing with Eric Jones.
yeah,
Hopefully
absolutely.
he recovers and is able to get back soon too.
I forgot one sponsor. Want to give a shout out to Driven Sunglasses. I will say this: while I was in Florida, I wore those sunglasses every day. I was on a boat. I absolutely love those things, and they float. The P1s float, and I love it. I threw it in the pool and just let it float in there just to have fun. So with that being said,
One more thing too. Jessica just mentioned Action RV is still selling their t-shirts and crew shirts from the Texas
hats.
race and hats. So if you're interested, go on the Action RV website or message Mark and go ahead, and if you're interested in purchasing one or interested in one.
So with that being said, guys, we are going to sign off for the night. Rob, I wish you a good night, and to our fans out there, y'all have a good night, and we will talk to you next week. With that being said, we are going to do the outro music for Boost Pop.
It's a veteran underdog ice cream truck. Boost Pop, baby, it's Boost Pop, baby. Bringing people together. One Boost Pop at a time. Let's go. We're gonna rock out with our pops out, baby. It's the only pop that keeps you warm. You can rock out till go to boostpop.com.
All right, y'all have a good night. We will see you next week.